Presidential Broadcast Service. Pakinggan, panoorin, agaran in real time, o balikan sa pag-scroll up and down. Mga balitang dapat malaman, impormasyong tunay at napakikinabangan. Saan ka man, sa buong kapuluan. Babangon sa bagong sigla. Kababayan. Kasama ang social media. Powered broadcaster ng bagong mamamayan. Tapat sa pag-uulat. Ito po ang Presidential Broadcast Service sa Metro Manila. Radyo Pilipinas 1, 738 AM.
Oras sa buong Pilipinas, 5 minuto makalipas ang alas 3 ng hapon. Isang magandang hapon po sa inyo lahat at welcome po tayo sa ating programang Kalinga ng Red Cross sa Radyo Pilipinas ngayon pong ika-13 ng buwan ng Oktubre, taong 2024. Kamusta po ang bawat isa sa inyo? At kayo ay aming inaanyayahan subaybayan ng ating programa hanggang alas 4 po tayo ng hapon. Tayo po ay napapakinggan live dito po sa Radyo Pilipinas booth sa Visayas Avenue, Quezon City. At syempre tayo ay napapakinggan nga sabi ko sa 738 kHz sa Radyo Pilipinas at tayo napapanood sa Facebook Live, Kalinga Hatid at Radyo Pilipinas, paki-like and share po. At tayo napapanood sa TV, Digibox at Affordabox Channel 43 to 45. At syempre nais nating pasalamatan ng bumubuo ng ating programa mula sa Presidential Broadcasting Service ang ating unang-una, syempre ang si Director Fernando Sanga, Dindo Aparo at syempre sa pangunguna yan ng kanilang Secretary ng PCOO si Dr. Cesar Chavez at kasama ng kanyang Station Manager Alan Alyanige at ang ating mga kasama sa technical side Orly Lopez at si Ma'am Joy Timidan. Kasama rin po yan ni Sir Maki at ni Sir Ray Sampang. At sa Philippine Red Cross, ang ating Chairman and CEO Richard J. Gordon, kasama ng ating Vice Chairperson Governor Corazon Alma de Leon at iba pang Board of Governors, kasama ng ating Secretary General Dr. Gwen Pang, ang mga chapter administrators at mga Board of Directors sa mahigit 100 nating chapters nationwide at kasama ng kanilang mga Red Cross 143 at Red Cross Youth. Okay, 72 days before Christmas. At hindi na natin patatagalin pa. Kasama natin live via Zoom ang ating laging kasama Governor Corazon Alma de Leon. Magandang hapon po ang ating Vice Chairperson.
Yes, magandang hapon. At tamang-tama, may pinadalang message si retired Chief Justice Hilarion Davide Jr. at pinangako ko sa kanya na babasahin ko ito this afternoon. This blessed Sunday, the 13th of October, and always let us be full of joy. Joy flows from the hearts that beat and burn with love and know how to care and share. Joy flows from people who know how to appreciate and pray for other people. Joy flows in the way we look at and treat ordinary things, events, and persons. Joy flows from the opening our lives to God, listening to His word and keeping it well, and submitting completely to His will. A joyful heart is the inevitable result of a heart burning with love, according to Mother Teresa. Natutuwa tayo at meron naman tayong pagkakataon na maganap yung ating tinatawag na kalinga mula sa Krus na Pula. At yung dalawang panauhin natin ay maaga pang nag-light, nandito na. Unang-una ay nakalista dito si Lenis Joy Orosio, President, Chapter Youth Council, Philippine Red Cross of Capiz Branch. Welcome, LJ. And of course, si J.R. Gallos, ang ating board member ng ating Board of Governors ng Philippine Red Cross. So pabatiin muna natin sila. Lenis, Ikaw muna, magbumati ka, and you're all the way from Capiz chapter. Nasa Capiz ka ngayon, di ba?
Yes
Go
po.
ahead.
Yes po. So magandang hapon po sa lahat ng tagapagkinig at tagapagnood. Ako po si Lenice Joy Orosio, President po ng Chapter Youth Council ng Philippine Red Cross Capiz Chapter.
Thank you.
Okay.
JR, your turn.
Okay. Isa po siyang co-host natin ngayon, Gob Cora, si
Yes,
Gob JR.
okay.
Thank you, Sir Edison. And Gov Cora, it's nice to see you again after we didn't have
Sometime.
a lot of Board of Governors meeting. And again, to all of our viewers and listeners, magandang hapon po sa inyo, magandang linggo po sa inyong lahat, and to all our Red Cross Youth volunteers, Red Cross Youth advisors listening right now, happy Red Cross Youth Month to all of you.
Siguro, magkukwento muna si Joy, no? Lennis Joy, kung bakit sa Philippine Red Cross ka naging na-engage sa Red Cross Youth. Tell us your story because we all have stories to tell. Go ahead.
Thank you. Maraming salamat po, Gov Cora, for this opportunity na ma-share ko po kung ano po yung kwento ko sa Red Cross. So, nung nag-uumpisa pa lang po ako sa RCY, may isa po kasi akong org na talagang matagal na ako dito. So, dito pa talaga ako na engage simula ng mga elementary pa lang po ako. And then, here comes high school, mga junior high po, grade 7. Doon ko po mas nakilala si Philippine Red Cross dahil nagkaroon kami ng emergency first aid training. So doon ko po nakita at na-amaze po ako sa kung anong ginagawa ni Philippine Red Cross at ng Red Cross Youth. At mula noon, sumali po ako sa Philippine Red Cross Capiz Chapter. Tas nagpa-train po ako hanggang sa umabot sa point na ako na po yung dinideploy at ako na po yung nagbibigay or nagdi-deliver ng service na napag-aralan or natutunan ko po sa Philippine Red Cross. And actually, this year po is my 12th year sa movement. So, ganun po katagal na hinasa po at dinevelop po ako ni Philippine Red Cross or ni through the Red Cross.
Yan. Now, si JR naman ay ano ang pakiramdam sa isa kang membro, not last ng board, ng Board of Governors ng ating Philippine Red Cross. Go ahead, JR.
Thank you, Gov Cora. Siguro yung pakiramdam most of the time is pressuring dahil syempre hindi mo lang nire-represent yung sarili mo but you are representing almost 200,000 youth volunteers across the Philippines. So they want their voices to be heard. They want their presence to be felt. So yun yung kailangan mong iparating sa Board of Governors. Yun yung kailangan mong iparating sa senior management, yung iyong constituency. So you're not just thinking of yourself only, but you're thinking for the whole Red Cross Youth Philippines, for the whole Red Cross Youth volunteers and advisors. So it's both an honor and a privilege po to do such tasks.
Well said, well said. And of course, sa inyong dalawa, si LJ at saka JR, ano naman ang natutunan nyo bilang RCY member sa Philippine Red Cross? Kasi ang very important sa akin, yung participation ng mga young people in the Philippine Red Cross because eventually, kayong magpapatakbo ng Red Cross eh. Hindi pwedeng lang kayo by the wayside. Kailangan talaga engage kayo. So siguro simulan natin, ano yung natutunan nyo bilang RCY member sa Philippine Red Cross? Balik tayo kay LJ.
Thank you so much, Gov Cora, for that question. So, honestly speaking po, talagang napakaraming lesson ang natutunan ko mula sa Red Cross Youth or kay Philippine Red Cross. Pero yung natatanging talagang tumatak at talagang sinusunod ko, talagang nakatatak siya sa sistema ko po ay yung 7 fundamental principles po.
Yes.
So, ayun, humanity, impartiality, neutrality, independence, voluntary service, unity, at universality. So, nung pagpasok ko po kasi sa RCY, nung una ko siyang na-encounter at nung una ko siyang napakinggan, namangha po ako. Tapos, as time goes by, nung naging isa po ako sa mga youth instructor ni Philippine Red Cross Capiz Chapter, doon ko po na-realize na hindi lang natin na-apply or pwedeng i-apply yung 7 fundamental principles natin as a volunteer. But pag na-instill po natin at pag nakatatak po talaga sa sistema natin yung 7 fundamental principles, it also helps us po to be a better individual of this world po. So, ayun, yung 7 fundamental.
Yes, wonderful. Kasi yan din ang gusto kong makita sa lahat ng chapters na naka-emblazoned in every chapter, the 7 fundamental principles. And that translated at a level that people can understand. Kaya nakita ko na, of course, kasama natin si JR sa mga board meetings at palaging sa kanya, inaatas sa kanya yung 7 fundamental principles. Kaya kailangan memorize na rin ni JR to. So, ikaw naman, bukod sa 7 fundamental principles, ano naman ang natutunan mo bilang isang, of course, youth board member ng ating Red Cross?
Yes po. Thank you, Gov Cora. And also, special shout out to Gov Cora for always supporting youth initiatives. So isa yan si Gov Cora sa talagang hindi mo na kailangan panghingian ng tulong because she always gives her time, talent sa Red Cross Youth. Siguro, Gov Cora, yung pinaka natutunan ko sa Red Cross Youth or Philippine Red Cross in general is that you don't have to be rich to help other people. So kasi dati bago po ako mag-Red Cross Youth or bago ako mag-join sa Philippine Red Cross, akala ko po yung pagtulong lang natin sa mahihirap ay kailangan maging mayaman pa or you need to have treasure para makatulong ka sa iba. Pero Red Cross Youth or Philippine Red Cross proves to us na you can also share other aspect like your time, yung oras mo na pag-volunteer sa Philippine Red Cross, and your talent, yung talent na sinashare mo. Just like Lenice is doing in her chapter, nagtuturo po siya ng mga Red Cross Youth volunteers natin to become potential leaders of our national society. And ayun siguro yung ultimate na lesson na take away ko from the Red Cross Youth or Philippine Red Cross is that even though we don't have treasure, we can offer other things such as time and talent.
Correct ka dyan, no? And of course, to speak of time and talent, ay nangyari sa atin yung engagement ng Philippine Red Cross sa COVID-19 for 2 years yan, ano? At talagang nung panahon na yon ay engaged ang Philippine Red Cross, not just our central office, headquarters, but also the chapters. Anong naging effect sa inyo, LJ, nung COVID doon sa sa inyong chapter? What did you have to do? Sa karanasan nyo, you remember the experience you had?
Yes.
Ikwento mo kasi siyempre hindi namin nakita ang copies pero palagi tayong nasa dyaryo at nasa TV during the time, no? Go ahead, sa inyong experience.
So, as for us po sa Capiz, nung pagpasok po
COVID.
talaga ng COVID-19 or ng pandemic, minor pa po kasi ako noon. So, 17 years old pa lang po ako. So, kakatapos lang po namin ng isang malakihang event po sa Capiz ng RCY din po. Tas mga 5 days after po, pumutok yung balita na meron po tayong pandemic at hindi po talaga kami pwedeng makalabas or lumabas. So considering na hindi po kami hinayaan ng, of course, local chapter po namin na Capiz na makalabas for almost 8 months, hindi po ito naging balakid or naging hadlang para hindi namin ipagpatuloy kung ano po yung nasimula na namin mga serbisyo po sa kapwa namin kabataan at sa communities po. So during the 8 months po na hindi kami nakakapaglabas or hindi kami nakakalabas, we took the initiative po na magplano po ng mga proyekto na makakatulong sa kung anong problemang kinakaharap po ng hindi lang kabataan but of course the community. The very best example po ng mga project namin during the pandemic is yung Project Balik Eskwela po namin wherein namimigay po kami ng mga school supplies po sa mga far-flung areas po natin na paaralan para makatulong po sa modular learning, way of learning po nila. So namimigay po tayo ng mga, of course, bond papers para sa pagprint po nila, mga inks po, ng kanilang printers. Namimigay rin po tayo ng mga alcohols, hand washing, soap, at marami pa pong iba. Tas eventually po, nung nakita namin ang impact ng Project Balik Eskwela, napag-isipan namin na na-maintain yung project or gawin siyang sustainable. Then, dinevelop po namin after ng implementation ng Project Balik Eskwela is yung Project 5 Eskwela, wherein parang fund generating po siya na project para yung mga na-ilikom po naming fundings ay doon po maibibigay sa or mailalaan sa Project Balik Eskwela or yung pagbigay ng mga school supplies sa mga paaralan po.
Good. Alam mo, JR, di ba? Tayo
Yes po.
natatandaan natin experience ng Philippine Red Cross na we were so busy doing the
Yes,
things that hindi naman magawa ng government, ano? So, you remember anong naging participation natin ng Philippine Red Cross, particularly in our national headquarters. Sige, JR.
Yes, Gov. Right? Particularly in the national headquarters. I remember when we set up COVID helpline.
Yes.
I know you remember that one. Yung COVID
Yes.
helpline, we did that to really reach out sa mga tao na nangangailangan ng tulong, not just with their situation, but also with their mental health. So, this helpline or this hotline aims to help yung mga people natin when it comes to waiting for swab test result and even yung pag-check up natin sa kanila with their mental health. So, we have Red Cross Youth Volunteers, even Red Cross 143 volunteers na stationed 24/7 sa ating national headquarters, aiming to help our kababayan, not just physically but also mentally. Because siguro kung meron tayong natutunan with the past COVID pandemic, no, that it's really important to prioritize mental health. Especially this October, we are celebrating Mental Health Awareness Month. Before this time, nauna na yung Philippine Red Cross to really do activities, do programs to really uplift, to really take care of Filipinos' mental health.
Yeah. And I recall that we had the greatest number of tests done
Yes, ma'am.
with the people. Kaya we are so proud of what we have achieved. Of course, we did not do it alone. We had to work, PhilHealth had to provide also funds for this, no? At siguro para kay LJ, hindi ba may feeling kayo na pag nakatutulong kayo, natutulungan yung mga tao, iba ang nagiging pakiramdam? Ano yung feeling nyo? I think it's feeling of joy. Pangalan mo yun, ano? Kaya sa akin, napakahalaga na pangalan mo na ibigay natin to sa mga taong nangangailangan. Hindi ba? Ano ba ang feeling mo pag nakakatulong ka sa mga tao? Anong pakiramdam mo? Lenny's Joy.
So, thank you po, Gov. Cora. So, of course, hindi po mawawala yung sense of fulfillment po or joy po sa pagtulong po natin sa communities po natin and sa humanity po in general. So, of course, sobrang saya po ng feeling na nakakatulong ka kahit isa ka lang namang simpleng mamamayan ng Pilipinas na hindi naman napagbigyan ng magandang pribilehiyo or privilege po. Pero sa pagbigay ni Philippine Red Cross at ni Red Cross Youth ng opportunities na makatulong tayo sa ibang tao, talagang nakakataba po ng puso dahil in our own simplest and our own little ways po, nakakatulong po ang kabataan or ang youth na talagang patunay na ang kabataan po ang pag-asa ng bayan, Dr.
Very good. Actually, sa aking palagay, every chapter can share their unique experiences, no? Kasi lalo na kapag sa lugar maraming namatay, maraming mga areas na hindi na narating. Dahil imposible namang mararating mo lahat ng lugar, pero yung mga narating ng Red Cross in anywhere in the province, I think we should be proud, no? Dahil pagiging volunteer, kasi as if we're a volunteer organization, an international humanitarian organization, kaya para sa akin, very important kung ano na-achieve natin and how do we reckon with those achievements. Anong ang tawag ko doon? Feeling good. Now, when we feel good, how can you not do good? For the next 5 minutes, siguro ang aking tanong, because later, the second part of this interview is talking about you. For those of you who have watched this program, tinatanong natin the second part, who is Lenny's Joy, who is J.R. Gallos, at paano kayo napunta sa Red Cross? Kasi kailangan makakilala na bakit ba kayo napunta dito sa Red Cross. Pero yung question ko before we break, ano yung karanasan yung di nyo makakalimutan? Unforgettable experience sa while being with the Red Cross as a volunteer, as a member, na palagay nyo needs to be shared. Go ahead, Lenis.
Go, Cora. Medyo, pagkarinig ko pa lang po ng tanong ay medyo napapa-emotional na po ako. Yung hindi ko pong makakalimutan na experience po sa Philippine Red Cross through Red Cross Youth is yung feeling po actually. Dahil na-share ko naman po or nabanggit ko earlier na 12 years na po ako sa movement. So ibig sabihin, marami na pong napagdaanan, marami na ring investment sa akin si Philippine Red Cross at si Red Cross Youth through the trainings. At talagang laki po ng tiwala ni Philippine Red Cross at ni Red Cross Youth kahit sa simpleng volunteer lang po. So yung feeling po talaga, kasi halata naman po, no, hindi titira or hindi mag-i-stay or hindi tatagal ang isang volunteer po ng 12 taon po sa isang movement or sa isang organization kung hindi po siya nasisiyahan. So yung feeling po kasi sa RCY is RCY has always been a home po for me. So pagpasok ko pa lang po, nagsilbi siyang tahanan sa akin. So dito ko po mas nakilala yung sarili ko, dito ko po mas nakilala kung ano ang kaya at pwede ko pang gawin po. So actually pumasok po ako sa RCY for the knowledge na gusto ko pong maging isang nurse. So medical related po. Dahil usually po yun po yung pagkakadikit kay Philippine Red Cross. Yes. So ayun po, gusto ko pong maging nurse actually. But as the time goes by, mas maraming engagement po sa RCY or sa Red Cross Youth, mas nakilala ko po yung sarili ko. So nung nag-college po ako, kahit po labag sa loob ng pamilya ko po at ng parents ko, dahil nakilala ko yung sarili ko sa RCY or sa Red Cross Youth, I took up Bachelor of Arts in Political Science po.
Wow.
Wherein medyo malayo po siya sa original ko pong path na gustong tahakin na, which is BS Nursing. But napaka-grateful, or I'm so grateful po of Red Cross Youth for letting me experience or letting me know kung sino po ako at kung ano po yung kaya ko. At nang dahil doon, masaya po ako sa kung anong path po yung kinuha ko. And that
I hope you become a lawyer because ikaw ay political science. Someday.
Yes, I hope so.
Si JR naman, I think has made a name for himself kasi palagi kami nakikita sa Geneva noon. Remember, ang experience natin sa Geneva. JR, why are you happy being with the Red Cross as a volunteer? Kasi wala naman sweldo ang pagiging member ng board. Kaya ano ang feeling mo dito sa pagiging member ka ng Board of Governors?
Okay, thank you, Gov Cora, and thank you, Lenise, for sharing your story. No, siguro ako po, what keeps me going back to the Philippine Red Cross or the Red Cross Youth is that we're treating everyone not just co-volunteers, but we're treating everyone or we're treating one another as family members. Yes. So siguro yun yung isa sa mga reason why I keep on going back, because of the people in the organization. Kasi yung task or yung mismong trabaho, it's not paid. So tapos mas mahirap pa siya compared sa ginagawa ng ibang tao. Pero yung relationship, yung memories, yung stories na nabubuo nyo while doing this, while repacking, while going to far-flung areas, while being with the marginalized and less fortunate people, when you're sharing these moments together with your colleagues, it eventually magiging family members mo na sila, na even though outside Red Cross, you will cherish them. So siguro, I stayed because of the people in the organization.
And I think with the leadership of Chairman Gordon, how can we miss? Of course, the model is our Secretary General, Dr.
Yes.
Gwendolyn Pang, who started as a youth volunteer,
Yes.
became a regular member, became Deputy Secretary General during my time, and of course now making waves as Secretary General. So siguro, Edison, we can have a break?
Yes po, Gov Cora, tayo ay mag commercial break lang po sa mga ilang saglit at tayo magbabalik. Ha? Okay. Yung mga nasa Zoom, sandali lang po at tayo may commercial break. Pagbalik po ay meron po tayong paalala. Okay.
Thank you.
Nilagdaan ni Pangulong Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. ang Self-Reliant Defense Posture Revitalization Act na may layuning mas palakasin pa ang kakayahan ng ating bansa pagdating sa depensa.
This law goes beyond the development of weapons or equipment as it seeks to create a framework that makes us less dependent, more resilient, better prepared. It is a commitment to a long-term growth trajectory for a national defense industry that will support the defense requirements of our country. It's a logical move forward for a country that finds itself at the fulcrum of geopolitical shifts and volatilities.
Dagdag ng Pangulo, nakasad rin sa batas nito ang pagbuo ng maayos na sistema ng research and development at pagtutulungan ng sandatahang lakas at iba't ibang sektor.
The challenges we face today go far beyond traditional conflicts, and the need to develop technologies that will counter unconventional threats is more crucial than ever. With this act, we are broadening our perspective on defense. We are not just looking at tanks and rifles. We are building capacities that address these unconventional dangers head-on. This means developing systems and strategies that are reactive and predictive, allowing us to stay a step ahead of those who wish harm to the Philippines.
Para sa iba pang mga balita at impormasyon, manatiling nakatutok. Tapat sa pag-uulat, Radyo Pilipinas.
Good news! Ang inyong pinagkakatiwalaang Radyo Pilipinas nasa TV na. Oo, nasa TV na. Ang Radyo Pilipinas 738 AM ay live nang mapapanood sa Channel 3 ng ABS-CBN TV Plus at Channels 45 to 49 ng GMA Affordabox. Kaya may access ka na sa balitang totoo anytime, anywhere. Sa radyo, sa social media at TV. Radyo Pilipinas 738 AM.
First aid and basic life support training. This training course moves with the time so you can learn to be a first aider wherever you are. Be ready to save lives with 4 easy steps. First, complete your online coursework. Second, pass your online written exam. Third, book a Philippine Red Cross chapter where you'd like to take your practical assessment. And fourth, meet with a Philippine Red Cross instructor and pass the skill demonstration. After these, you'll have your digital certificate emailed to you. It's that easy and convenient. Each module is designed to help you understand and practice several life-saving techniques. Besides being up-to-date, this course is designed to be relatable and interactive as you engage with content based on real-life scenarios and online activities. I wish you all the best in your learning journey, and I hope that through this training, you will be ready to step in as a first aider when you are needed most. See you around!
Okay, yan po yung ating paalala mula po kay Miss Catriona Gray, ang ating PRC Ambassador. At syempre may paalala rin po tayo nito nakaraang October 10, Huwebes, tayo ay nagkaroon ng isa chapter assembly dyan po sa May Pasay, dyan sa isang hotel sa May Pasay. At nais nating isa-isahin ng mga newly elected board of directors. Yan po ay sa pangunguna ng kanilang chapter administrator na si Ma'am G. Josefino Adyaw, Enrique Lagdameo Jr., Attorney Marco Lagdameo, Mr. Benito Tan, Mr. Jaime Palmares, Mr. Ian Vendivel, Dr. Rosalinda Tongco, Dr. Estrelita Putian, Attorney Arturo Chu, Mr. Cesar Carion at si Sir Manolo Tianson. At makikita po natin sa ating preview yung mga nanalong bagong board of directors ng Philippine Red Cross Pasay City Chapter. Congratulations sa inyong chapter assembly. Gov Cora, nakita niyo po ba to?
Yes. I nakita lang sa picture but I was not there. Hindi ako na-engage tungkol doon. Pero sa pagpapatuloy natin, Edison, katulad ng ginagawa natin, inaalam natin kung sino yung ating panauhin. Ang maaring may mga tanong tayo na personal character, pero it's getting to know Lenice Joy Orosia and getting to know J.R. Galios para yung mga nanonood sa atin ay maging interesado, hindi lang dahil sa contribution nila sa Red Cross, kundi anong binibigay nila sa Red Cross based on their own personal experience. I will begin with Lenny's Joy. I always ask, sino ba ang parents mo? Because we need to attribute to them yung bakit ka magaling, no? At saan ka nag-aral, at kailan sabi mo kasi maaga pa na-engage ka na sa Red Cross. Pero i-honor natin ang parents mo and saan ka nag-aral, elementary, high school, at ngayon, saan kayo lumaki, at saan ka ngayon nakatira. Medyo in summary lang, no? Kasi para sa akin, that's the interesting part of this interview. Parang tinatanong, hindi naman tayo, pero gusto kong malaman ng mga tao who are really the volunteers, who are really the people helping the Red Cross. Go ahead, Lenice.
Ayun, thank you so much po, Gov Cora, and thank you for the opportunity para maipakilala po ako sa ating viewers and listeners po. So, ayun nga po, tubong kapis po ako. I am raised by my grandparents po,
Really?
sina Angela Orosio and Ramon Orosio po na nag-pass away 2 years ago dahil din po sa COVID-19. But my mom has been my support din po. Yung biological mother ko po talaga ay actually nakikinig po siya ngayon. Shinare ko po sa kanya.
Wow.
She is an
Thank you very much.
overseas Filipino worker po from
Okay.
Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. Siya po si Mariza Orosio po. Nakikinig po siya ngayon. Hi, Mommy. So, sila po yung taga-suporta ko po at talagang supporter ko po as a volunteer. I was born po in Nueva Vizcaya, Bayambong Nueva Vizcaya. Ilocana po ako. Pero I was raised in Capiz po talaga, Tubong Capiz po talaga since I was 1 year old po.
Where did you
Recently
study?
graduated po.
Saan ka
Recently
nag-aaral?
graduated lang po from Philomar Christian University, Bachelor of Arts, major in Political Science.
Yes.
Yes po. Dito lang din po sa Capiz. Talagang actually one of the reasons bakit hindi po ako umalis ng Capiz for education purposes is as cliche as it may sound po, dahil po ayoko pong umalis sa Red Cross Youth Capiz po or sa Philippine Red Cross Capiz chapter po in general.
And it's a beautiful place. I have
Yes,
been
it's a
there,
beautiful
and
place po.
Ang friend ko dyan, yung dating secretary, Lina Belusilio, yung maiden name, no? And I think maganda nga ang lugar ninyo. And of course, si mga Rojas, mga taga riyan, di ba? Oo.
Yes po, yes.
Si Lina, Undersecretary Lina Laigo, became actually secretary after I left the SWD. Pero punta naman tayo kay JR. Paano naman ang pangalan mo? Sino nagbigay sa'yo ng pangalan JR? Kasi parang artista. Tsaka meron TV program no na ang bida JR . Go ahead, JR.
Okay, thank you, Gov Cora. Speaking of names, no, isa sa mga tao na ina-admire ko yung name is Gov Cora because her names actually has a lot of meaning. So, heart and soul of the lion nga, gaya ng sinasabi lagi ni Chairman, na talaga namang isa sa bumubuo din ng pundasyon ng organization. Well, to introduce myself, Gov Cora, thank you very much for the privilege and opportunity po. So, I am born and raised here in Taytay, Rizal po. And ang aking nanay po at tatay na sina Erlindo Galios at Teresita Galios ay nagmula po yung tatay ko po nagmula sa Romblon, yung nanay ko po ay nagmula sa Leyte. Pero they met in Manila and they resided po here in Taytay, Rizal. So, ayun po, ano pa ba? So, yun po yung aking mga magulang and I'm so lucky to have them dahil super hardworking po sila and I am the person I am today because of them. And we are 5, or I have 4 other siblings. So lahat po yun talagang ginapang po nila for us, for everyone, or for each of one of us to graduate ng college, no, even though they did not. So isa po yun sa talaga namang pinagmamalaki ko rin po sa mga parents ko, na they really find ways, simula po nung childhood namin, no, parang they really find ways to really not deprive us of the privileges and opportunities that we should have. So yung school ko po, Gavcora, medyo malapit din sa inyo because you became a board of it. So I graduated po from the Polytechnic University of the Philippines in Santa Mesa, Manila, and with a course, or with a program of Bachelor of Arts in Broadcast Communication. Currently po, di ko alam kung pwedeng sabihin yung name of the company, pero I am serving as one of the producer researcher of one of the biggest media company here in the Philippines. So I write, I research news, and do mga TV production programs. So yun po yung ginagawa ko right now, pero more of I am also focused in doing or developing po yung mga strategies natin, how to develop yung ating youth engagement plan sa Red Cross Youth, sa Philippine Red Cross.
Well, I am proud of you, and I think I have shown it in a number of ways.
Yes,
Pag nakikita tayo and the support sa Red Cross Youth. Para sa akin, mahalaga na you have a vision of what you want to happen to you. Of course, I dream of the day na si Lenis ay hindi lang magiging chapter youth council, but also already a board member, or pwede ding maging chapter administrator, o pwede ding
or next president.
And yes, president. Yes. And of course, si JR naman, nakikita ko na pwedeng congressman, pwedeng pero present conditions obtaining, I don't want you to run for any political office because you might be destroyed in the process. Baka you will learn the wrong things. But seriously, ngayon, tinitingnan ko, paano natin mapapalakas yung Red Cross Youth na so that we can say that it will be an embodiment of the Filipino spirit na bata pa lang, youth pa lang, engaged na so that they know what kind of a future they want to have. Parang ipaprogram nila ang kanilang sarili so that they already can envision where they want to be in the Red Cross and outside Red Cross. Sabi mo nga, you're already in broadcasting, JR, and si Lenis naman studied political science and therefore can be potentially a lawyer. I want to see a future na you can see yourself doing more than just what is ordinary, doing extraordinary things because you're capable of doing extraordinary things. I'll start with you, Lenis, because we still have about 10 minutes na. Parang in school, ano yung enjoy mo ng subject? Ano yung mga klase ng teacher na enjoy mo? I-mention mo yung mga teacher na na-impress ka para ma-honor din sila yung mga teacher. Kasi ako, I always remember my grade 4 teacher, my grade 3 teacher, my high school teacher, who made me possible for me to who I am right now. Go ahead, Lenis, and then we'll also ask JR.
Ayun. So, thank you, Gov Cora. Maraming salamat po sa tanong. I think, yung mga teachers or professors ko po sa, let's say, college po ay yung talagang nag-hone po talaga sa akin at talagang may nakitang potential po sa akin dahil nung high school po ako, bago pa po talaga ako naging RCY, ay talagang mahiyain po akong tao or mahiyain po akong bata. So hindi po ako palaging nakakausap dahil po hindi po ako magaling magsalita or hindi ko po na-express yung mga thoughts ko po ng mas mabuti. Yung sa pagdating ko po ng RCY, talagang naturuan po ako ng kung paano yung public speaking. So, na-develop po ako doon. So, of course, dahil po sa tulong niya ng aming chapter administrator, si Sir Raimundo P. Martinez, and of course, yung CSR RCY po namin na talagang kahit anong initiatives or projects yung gusto naming i-implement sa RCY copies ay talagang okay na okay po, hindi po nagrereklamo, hindi po sasabing imposible to, suntok ito sa van. Talagang suportado po kami. Si Sir Sanderlin B. Ponsaran po. Sa academe naman po, recently po kasi bago po ako nag-graduate, I was sent by the Philomar Christian University to represent the Philippines po sa short-term exchange student program po ng University Mobility in the Asia Pacific or UMAP sa Indonesia po. So, bago lang po kasi na-open ulit yung doors ng international affairs po namin sa university. So, yung unang nakakita po ng potential na ipadala po ako ay walang iba kundi si Dr. Mary Jane F. Turmon. Siya po yung director ng International Affairs or International Office po ng Philomar Christian University. As for the subjects po, I think my favorite subject back in college po is family law. Persons and family po. Yun. So, family relation. So, yun po talaga yung nag-spark ng interest ko po na mag-proceed po someday sa law school po dahil nakita ko po talaga kung ano yung intricacies po or yung mga sanga po ng ating law at talagang masasabi ko pong may justisya pa rin po talaga sa Pilipinas. So, I aim to be one of those po na lumalaban or ilalaban po yung justice system ng Philippines.
Yes. Alam mo, the way you're speaking, parang the making of Lenny's Joy Orosio. Kasi nakikita ko na palagi ko sinasabi, dream big dreams, for the dreams of today will be realities of tomorrow. At sana, kung yun lang ang matutunan natin dito in our interview, ay isipin ninyo na nasa kamay ninyo whatever future you want to have. And I think kay JR naman, nakita ko na talagang challenge siya ni Chairman Gordon sa Philippine Red Cross. Palaging tinatanong kung what is happening with the youth? Ano ba yung ginagawa natin na feel ba natin ang youth sa Red Cross? Siguro ang tanong niyan related na rin yung ilan na ba ang aktibong membro ng Red Cross Youth sa buong bansa kasi palaging yun ang challenge. Pero before that, siguro sabi mo kasi ang parents, I think your mother, taga Romblon.
My father po, taga Romblon.
I have a special feeling for Romblon kasi para sa akin, it's such a beautiful province. Pero yung nakita ko sa Romblon, marami dong mga bata na naiiwan kasi the parents are working abroad or elsewhere in Manila. Kaya nakita ko yung mga bata doon parang self-supporting. Nakita ko kasi they're growing with grandmothers, with older people dahil their parents are away in Manila working. And katulad ni Lenny, isang mother niya is in Malaysia. May ganun. Sabi nga, we are the world. Kasi nandun tayo all over the world. JR, ano yung experience mo na sa mga activities ngayon ng RCY, nakita mong what else we need to do? Kasi hindi sapat na we are just what we are now. We have to craft a future that we want to see. JR, anong thinking mo how we can make the Red Cross Youth the bastion of activity in the Philippine Red Cross? Go ahead.
Okay, thank you, Gov Cora, and thank you also, Linus, for sharing your stories. Siguro, Gov Cora, just like what Chairman is always reiterating, siguro kailangan natin i-review yung buong program natin and always inculcate yung integrity sa lahat ng ating mga ituturo sa mga bata. Kasi when we have where we are a person of integrity, when we have integrity, lahat na ng bagay magpa-follow Yung values, yung principles, and all that, susunod na yan, maa-align na yan into perfect places. Siguro what we need to do is to review our current engagement plan. Tignan natin, kasi nowadays, nagkakaroon ng usapin kung nawawalan na nga ba talaga ng pagdating sa values, pagdating sa morals, are we lacking of it. So siguro when we review kung ano yung mga ino-offer natin, we need to integrate etong integrity in each and every program. Tsaka siguro, GovCor, exerting effort, and also the senior leaders pushing or supporting our young people, not just in the governing board, because in the governing board we always have that support. Even in the local chapters, we always have to emphasize the importance of supporting them, because if they don't have support, if it's all an idea, mahirap yan i-translate into action without the support of all of our allies. So it's always a two-way process, youth exerting effort, and also our senior leaders doing the push or helping them to translate these ideas into actions.
Alam mo, I dream of the day that we can engage and find out aling mga chapters are doing very well sa youth program and engaging the youth. Alin yung kulang pa at alin yung halos wala. So maybe in the future when you guest again, we can talk about ano yung magagaling na chapters natin sa youth programs at engage.
Definitely GovCora, because I think this RCY month we also launched the Red Cross Youth Excellence Awards, wherein we're going to recognize po yung mga not just outstanding Red Cross youth, we're going to recognize outstanding chapter across the Philippines.
Yes.
So we're giving them recognition for other chapters to follow the same suit also they're doing. Not just the chapter but also specific council, para yung council level, they will also feel motivated in doing activities, in supporting us with the cause.
Yeah. GovCora.
I think, yes, tapos na, no?
Hindi, GovCora, basahin ko lang tong comment. Nag-comment po yung mother yata ni Ma'am Len LJ.
Wow.
Si Mars Orosio, sabi niya, wow, so proud of you, anak. I love you always, anak. Yan po ang message.
So that is for Malaysia, ha? Malaysia.
Mars Olipendo Orosio.
Thank you
Yan
very
po.
much.
GovCora, hingin na po natin sila ng mga final message at kung
you.
ano po magiging activity natin at saka team natin for this RCY month. Unahin natin si Miss Lenis Joy Orosio, ang President ng Chapter Youth Council ng Philippine Red Cross Capiz Chapter.
Go ahead, Lenis. Joy.
Ayun, maraming salamat po. So, ayun po yung team po natin for this RCY month. Sorry, Gov, una na kita. So, is ACT RCY, Adapt, Contribute, and Thrive, Red Cross Youth and Humanitarian Action. So, it has been...
sa likod mo eh. Adapt.
Yes po, Adapt, Contribute, and Thrive. Ayun po. So, nakikita naman po natin na kahit anumang challenges or hindrances po na ma-encounter or may experience ng youth, talagang versatile po ang kabataan ng Philippine Red Cross or ang Red Cross Youth dahil talagang naghahanap po sila ng resolutions and resolve para po makapag-adapt po sa kung anumang challenges ang kinakaharap. And of course po, nakikita naman po natin na talagang may ambag ang youth po natin sa Philippine Red Cross sa mga projects and programs and initiatives po natin. And of course, by adapting and contributing po sa Philippine Red Cross, ang ating mga kabataan or ating mga youth po ay nagta-thrive din po sa humanitarian actions or initiatives po.
I hope to meet you in person, if not in Capiz, in Manila. Okay.
Yes po.
Future.
Thank you so much po.
Yeah, thank you, GovCora, for having us. And I hope this is not the last time. Ma-invite po sana kami sa susunod ulit.
Always.
We will graduate you to co-host. We will graduate you to co-host. Sige.
My pleasure po. For my final message, GovCora, ayun, just like yung ating team, no, ACT, Contribute, and Thrive, we do this not just individually, no. We always do it as a group, as a collective unit. So, to all the Red Cross Youth volunteers out there, don't feel burdened. If you feel consumed right now, just know that you're not alone. You have another 200,000 volunteers, Red Cross Youth volunteers, that you can treat as family members. And you can always message us, me, GovCora, and Denise, and all the members of the governing board and Philippine Red Cross family, because we're always happy to entertain or sagutin yung mga tanong nyo. Just know that you have a friend, you have a family member in the Philippine Red Cross. And I hope makita nyo yung sarili nyo, not just today, but also in the future sa Philippine Red Cross.
Yeah. And I think very important to encourage them to watch the program. The 200 youth
Yes, ma'am.
members, to encourage them to watch the program and contribute, because I look forward to the time that this program will be a youth program. Kasi yun
Yes.
ang hope natin for the future. So with that, I'd like to thank everyone for joining us, and of course this will not be the first and last time. And I think si Edison meron sasabihing mahalaga. Go ahead, Edison.
Opo, nais nating pasalamatan po yung mga nanood sa ating Facebook Live kanina. Umabot po tayo ng 15 na live viewers. At syempre, Gov Cora, hinga na po namin ng inyong final message at siya yung magpapaalam na. Ito na.
Well, magagawa natin lahat ng bagay kung di tayo nag-iisa. Particularly sa mga kabataan, napaka-important na labanan po natin ang droga, labanan po ng mga masasamang bisyo, at naniniwala ko, pag kayo nasa Red Cross, gaganda ang buhay nyo. Lahat tayo gusto magandang buhay. Maraming salamat.
At yan na po ang ating programang Kalinga Hatid ng Red Cross Radyo Pilipinas ngayong pong ika-13 ng buwan ng Oktubre. Ito po si Edison Enriquez at susunod na po ang pagbabalita hatid ni Sir Albert Sebastian at kasunod ng programa ni Vance Fernandez Pulso ng Pilipino. At iiwan din po ako ng quote mula kay Franklin Roosevelt: "We cannot always build the future for our youth, but we can build our youth for the future." 4 na minuto bago mag-alas 4 ng hapon.
We know you're always on the go. Pero ang mahuli